Alright, welcome everyone to my Twitch channel. This time I'm gonna show you what it's like both in iRacing and as well what it's like driving it with Oculus Rift DK2 now that it finally has native support for it. Let's start with the experience of what it's like driving this with the Oculus Rift. Pit limiter. You don't want to get a black flag before you hit the track. Make sure you check your rear mirrors because you don't want to cause any collision here. Pitting out. So this has been online, a practice session or practice session on the spa track with a lot of other people, and as you can see, you have full head movements. I previously showed you guys what it looks like driving around on this track with a Formula 1 car. This is, however, not a Formula 1 car. It's a McLaren MP4 12 seat, a GT3 variant. All in all, using the Oculus Rift does have somewhat of an advantage, because unless you do some talking at the same time, I gotta be careful here, kid. I don't want to cause any accident. It does have some slight or pretty huge advantage, because you're able to tell where your car is on the road, and with a good high-end steering wheel, it makes it so much easier to judge how to react and where all the others are. And for those who heard about iRacing or doesn't know anything about it, in short story, it's a simulator, both in terms of how the car reacts on the road and how they behave. So the tire models are pretty accurate. It's very much taken in calculation of the friction, the heat, and the conditions of the track. Yeah. And yeah, the damage model isn't all too impressive, but what's making this more a simulator than anything else is maybe because of how you how things are being conducted on the track. There are rules for when you have to let people pass you. You can't shunt and bump people, because that will and as you see, I got a black flag again. Need to slow down. Don't want to be in the way. That's my most concern here, because I don't want to be in anyone else's way while making this video. But I just thought that I wanted to show you what a typical session online with other players actually looks like. Here we have another player who pretty much stopped by the side of the road. So all physics are there, G-forces and stuff, and like I mentioned before, tire friction and everything is taken in calculation. But then again, it also simulates. Here we have a guy, for example. I'm gonna let him pass to the left. Oh, and I almost caused an accident. I locked my brakes. Sorry for that, guy. Don't seem to be that I have anyone behind me. Alright. So I'm going to show you a couple of laps here now. You can always check out more about iRacing at iRacing.com. It's a little hard to talk and racing and thinking about where I have everyone else, because I don't want to be the cause here for a huge massive accident. You do tend to this is however just practice, still though it is practice in all dimensions, so you want to make sure that you do things the right way. And you also want to make sure that you have a microphone or a headset and a push to talk button assigned, so that you can at least say sorry or thank you or whatever you need to say, brief short comments, because accidents do happen, even to the best. But the less accidents you have, the more likely you are to become a better race driver and get a better driver license. So you start out with as a rookie, and then you climb in career to become a more proficient race driver. And those who tend to crash a lot don't really get that far. So the guy is still out there, and I'm going a little too fast. Checking the rear mirrors. So far looks clear. And yeah, that's also, there are also some rules, of course, as in real life, when you can actually pass someone. So you just can't smash him away and shunt him out of the track or anything like that, because you're gonna get a black flag, and then you get to sit and watch the rest of the race. So this is not for the ones looking for arcadish style. This is more for the racer who wants something more like in real life, but still playable and having fun. Having that said, you can actually go professional even in here, and they do have once a year, I think, a contest where you can win up to maybe $2,000. But for that you're gonna need to be working really hard, because about 50% is on the track of the work, and the rest is practice and working on car setups and similar stuff to that. So it's not just only, I would say that you need probably 90% of your time for practice, and the remaining 10 for the actual races, and they can actually last just as long as they would in real life, which is, oh, I missed the corner there. So a typical race, if you're a casual racer, it would last maybe 20 to 40 minutes, depending on what lead you're in. But if you're really into it, then you can actually go for a race that lasts for an hour and a half. And you want to make sure that you are able to set that time, because once in the race, The stakes are pretty high, regardless whether you win real cash or not. But the races are being taken very seriously, so you want to make sure that no one disturbs you, or make sure that all the phones and anything that can be distracting is set aside. Alright, next lap I'm gonna just let you guys take it in and enjoy. I'm gonna do 2 laps without talking and see if I can do any better. Again, I'm gonna be posting this on YouTube and attach the Formula 1 best lap that I made, so that you guys get to see the 2 variety of cars. There are plenty of cars. All cars are purchasable, so you don't get all the cars by automatic. So you're gonna have to pick what you want to go for. Alright, here goes for the 1 or 2 laps. That hopefully will count. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 more laps because I messed up this lap. I want to give this a some sort of justice. And I'm braking way too late there. Alright, here goes. I'm gonna let this guy pass. And I'm out of it. Oh, crap. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to redo this. Yeah, I kinda screwed up there. I hit the throttle a little too early there. want to make sure I don't enter the track when there's someone coming there. I'm checking the rear mirrors, very important. So while I'm at it, the first lap doesn't really count. Make sure you speed up before you enter the racing line, because you don't want to be a slow moving object in front of those who actually do try to get a decent time out of it. At least not the first lap. The first lap also counts sort of like a warm up for the tires and for you to get a feel of the car, because it may vary a little bit due to temperature and wear on the track, I suppose. So you got to consider all of those factors. Also to mention, I have a YouTube channel going under the same name my Twitch channel does, with an O and E as for yeah, they are being numbers number 0 and 3 for O and E. So if you want to see more of this and haven't got time to catch up with my live broadcast, you can always take a look there. If I come up with something good, they are gonna end up there. Alright, now it's time for some lap or two, hoping that I can get me some sort of decent time. I'm not by any means one of the better ones, but I'll try to do my best. I kind of messed up there, so there's no point in trying to block it. Had it pass on my left. So like I said, good courtesy is something you come a long way with here. Now we're gonna have a little problem because most likely one of those guys are gonna be on his first lap, so it's not gonna go really at the full speed. You gotta pick your moment. That corner or chicane is coming up much faster than you think. You gotta be careful for that. Make sure you brake in time. Alright, one more lap. We have two guys exiting. This could be interesting. Yeah, you gotta make sure you give guys room. So you don't want to stay too close behind unless you're really sure they can keep up with you. Because if you slam into someone, it's gonna be your fault and it's gonna affect your career in a way that you may actually be you may actually lose your license, and that way you actually may not be able to race in this series anymore. So you gotta be really careful, making sure you give people plenty of room, still being competitive. It's a nice balance there, but takes a lot of practice to become good. Now I have a guy behind me. Hopefully he stays there. He's on his first lap, so he doesn't need to push it really. But that's... yeah. I'm gonna let him pass. Maybe it's just me. I don't like having people sitting right behind me. So yeah, it's a good way to psychologically put your opponents away by sticking behind him, and all you need to do is waiting for him to be stressed enough to hit the dirt. So that's one way of doing it. Well, here we have danger. Alright, regardless how it goes this lap, I'm gonna wrap this video up and thank you for watching and not talk now. little late on braking there. Not much better. Alright, final lap. I'm gonna head for the pit stop. But then again, don't forget to pay a visit on my YouTube channel, going under the same name. O and a 0 and a 3 for the O and E. Point is 75 in one word. And if you want to be able to follow me on later broadcasting live, you can always subscribe here as well. What you can do there is tapping a little bit on the brake, that shifts the weight over to the front wheel, allowing you to be to gain more traction on the front wheel where you need it the most. Yeah, looks like I'm going to the pit. Gotta make sure that I don't have anyone coming my way, because that would be very bad. After all, I'm heading back to the pit, so I don't need to be in anyone else's way. By the way, the pit is over here. I think. Regardless, it's over there, but I'm gonna wrap it up anyway. It's been a long video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and pay a visit on my YouTube channel, going under the same name, with a 0 and a 3 for the O and E. Until next time, take care.